getting good in season 2 of Unrivaled. Folks are purchasing their merch before they make their way through the doors of Sephora Arena to take in the action. Unrivaled on TNT Sports is presented by Samsung Galaxy. A pair of 4 and 5 clubs. Rose has dropped a pair in a row. Finals won 2 straight. Chelsea Gray looks to get the Rosebuds back on track. The reigning champs cling to a playoff spot. So does Final. Ray Burrell has been a bucket, 40 points over her last 2 games. Last night we watched Laces clinch the first playoff spot, one of 6 in Unrivaled in season 2. Rose and Vinyl currently hold the final 2 spots for the postseason, which starts at the end of this month. Hi everybody, Brendan Glasheen, Sarah Kustok, and Ice Young joins us tonight on the sidelines. 2 4 and 5 clubs. They met earlier this year. It was absolute cinema. The stakes are high.
Yeah, and this is when it matters most. And you understand that both these teams remember that first meeting, but know the significance and playoff implications that come tonight mean more than anything.
Yeah, Vinyl in that game, going back to mid-January, held a 6-point lead. Chelsea Gray wills Rose back. We know she can hit clutch shots, but a great distributor.
BG, she could do everything. There's a reason they call her the point god. But when you watch the highlights, the way she leads this league in assists, it's not just what she does, it's how she does it, the flash, the flare, her ability to toss teammates over. She is always a step ahead. She understands angles better than everyone, the tracking and the timing. When it comes to timing, we know that Ryan Howard understands how to make big time buckets. That's exactly what she is. She's a scorer. She can fill it up from 3. But what really has opened up has been her ability to facilitate and distribute to teammates. Over the course of the last 3 games, she's had 16 assists. She's got so much gravity on the floor. It's opened up the court for her teammates, and she continues to find them and make this offense hum.
Vinyl head coach Teresa Weatherspoon made a wrinkle to her starting trio. Burrell starts for a 3rd straight game. Vinyl 2-0 with this starting lineup. Hamby and Howard, both teammates in the Paris Olympics in 2024. As for Rose, Shakira Austin has assumed starting duties in the paint and has lived up to it.
She has, and I think her jump this season in Unrivaled has been really special to watch. You look at the numbers, how she's been able to impact scoring, rebounding, the assist numbers that she brings to the table, also the tenacity. This Rose team has got a moxie in the way that they play, and she's a big part of that.
It's an opportunity to separate both clubs at 4 and 5, currently in the playoffs. If they were to start today, Vinyl with the first possession. We're off and running at Sephora Arena. Howard with the dump into Hamby, works it, the spin, flings it up, a foul.
And De'Arca Hamby does such a nice job getting that low seal. She's got Chelsea Gray on her, who's trying to work her on the inside, but Vinyl initially force that exploitation because of the jump ball. And that's why I think it's interesting really with both these lineups, because yeah, you got bigs, you got guards, but everyone understands how to be physical, and that's why the matchups in the matchups, even when teams are switching, are going to be fascinating to see who comes through.
Hamby is the conductor, the vocal leader of Vinyl, team captain in 2026. The foul was on Gray. She's got the rock, picks up the dribble. Fake the handoff. Austin works it. Shot clock to 2, and a kick ball. Side out of bounds for Rose, and a reset of the shot clock to 12. Rose is 2nd in Unrivaled in scoring, only trailing Mist. As for Vinyl, 6th place as Gray pours in a 3, hit 4 of those in the first matchup, shooting nearly 50% from behind the line. On the trigger inside, Austin knocks the shot away. Brings it up the floor, maneuvers in the paint, grabs her own miss, powers up and in.
We're already seeing impact by Shakira Austin. That's what you anticipate. Her screen for the Chelsea Gray 3, defensive stop, ability to push it on her own, score, second chance points, a little bit of everything.
Austin, number 4 in Unrivaled in field goal percentage. Off balance midi by Howard is off. Gray had the handle, loose ball. Austin jumps on it, leaps on it, grabs it. Great start for Rose. And that's a 10-second count.
Yeah, I think Chelsea needed a little help to come back, but didn't need a whole lot of help here. Watch a great screen here by Shakira Austin. Screen and re-screen. What does that do? It has Hamby drop back a little bit, questioning on the switch, and it's just enough room for Chelsea to drain yet another three. She's been spectacular this season, shooting 48% from deep.
It's now her 33rd made three in 10 ball games. In her last 2 games, shooting overall just 37% from the floor. Great start. Burrell chisels, fires on the fade, too short. Off ball for both wings. Austin has orchestrated offense, at least in the half court. Ball screen. Gray with the wiggle. Wants to shake and bake with 3, and swirls one home. 5 for Gray.
She's cooking early. We talked about the significance of this game. There's no question that Chelsea Gray is setting the tone early here.
Championship MVP of Rose last spring, down to 4 to fire a Samsung 3, Howard short. Corralled by Gray. Vinyl still scoreless. Copper wants a turn. Bank is open. 10-0 start for the Rosebuds. We talked to Nola Henry this morning. Can we get off to better starts at the point of attack defensively and pace and space offensively? Pretty good start in the first 3 minutes. Lob pass. Howard, there is her distribution. It's an and one for Hamby.
Shakira Austin coming over to help a little bit late, ends up getting her after the finish. This is a beautiful pass by Ryan Howard. We set the table in the open. How she has been setting the table, puts it right on the spot for Hamby on the inside. The two-man game between those two has been really special to watch because it can be in all the actions in multiple ways, both ball handling and how they set the screen for a pop or a roll.
Erica Wheeler has checked in for Vinyl, so has Brittany Griner. Coach Weatherspoon turns to the pine. Loud applause for BG. Multi-time gold medalist. Women's basketball's all-time leader in block shots. Steal by Howard, coast to coast for 2.
What a read. And what is it that Teaspoon was talking to us about earlier this morning? Not just the scoring, but the defense that Ryan Howard presents, and that's just an excellent read.
Downhill Wheeler, who dropped 14 in the win against Hive and racked up 7 rebounds.
And so off of this offensive play of the flare is Collier Copper's kind of starting to drop back. Ryan Howard just shoots the gap, finishes at the other end. It's a nice response here by Vinyl after dropping down early.
We hear it's a game of runs. 10-0 Rose. Vinyl answers with 5. Ice Young is with us tonight on the sidelines. Ice, hello.
What up? I think what's really good about the start early for this Rose team is getting high percentage shots offensively and then defensively making it tough for them to score in the paint. Yes, they just gave up an and one, but otherwise, that was the key for Nola Henry. She wanted to see a better defensive intensity from her squad and for them to win the first 3 minutes, and they've done that so far.
Yeah, and it really is just very systematic for both of these teams and how they want to come out, understanding that, because there's optionality with these lineups, but it presents a different challenge when you've got players that understand the gravity that a player like Chelsea Gray has, how you're playing defensively, and then what that changes when different lineups are coming in. I think both these groups have done a nice job. We've seen some substitutions here early for this Vinyl team. How the effect has on that will be something that we'll continue to monitor.
Coach Nola Henry also mentioned they had some honest conversations in the locker room. What works, what doesn't work. Given some of the turmoil, they've dropped 5 of 6 since starting 3-0, the reigning champions. Austin spins, maneuvers over BG. That'll work on Wednesday in one-on-one, that's for sure. Rotates to guard Breanna. Falls away and rattles it home. It's an answer.
Yeah, and you know Vinyl will continue to play through Brittany Griner when she's on the floor. Try and utilize that size.
Hard screen by Austin. Mid-range Copper. It's Rose by a touchdown here in the first. Immediate ball pressure at half court. Howard absorbed it momentarily. Shot clock at 5. Erica Wheeler. The mid-range is not dead. They're taking it early here in Miami. Copper in attack mode. No call. 3v2. Skip pass. Howard. Extra. BG.
Everything about that was clinical, and Brittany Griner opened up because of how hard she ran through. It allowed for the cross-court pass, forced decision-making by the defense.
Crossover by Gray and Howard. Swats it. Coach Weatherspoon knows the offense everyone falls in love with when she's engaged. Ryan Howard on defense. Lethal. Downhill. Wheeler scoops it in.
Another great read, and Wheeler rejects the screen. Griner's coming over, and that's where the defense thinks she's going. She's got an open lane.
Screen negotiation. Down to 5. On the shot clock. Dip the shoulder, blocked by Griner. They're spinning the track at the block party. Howard deep 3 off the back iron. Playoff type feel to this one. Both clubs at 4 and 5 above the playoff line. Vinyl sits in 6th, Rose in 5th. What a dish. Austin finishes. Wheeler dashes to the basket.
Oh, did all the hard work.
No look bouncer. It's Copper at 3. Those of you who are Rosebuds fans that are worried, this is a promising start. Finals won 2 in a row, a win over Hive, and most recently Laces to end a 5-game win streak for the Soulmates.
And what Chelsea Gray does such a great job on this break is pushing it long enough, holding on to it long enough to draw in Howard. It leaves Collier Copper wide open from the wing. She drains it. The Rose have been cooking, but they're doing it in a really surgical way.
And it's a balanced attack. 8 for Copper, 6 for Austin, 5 for Gray. Not reliant on 1 or 2 players to pour it in. BG with the hook shot. Bounces off the iron and in. We've talked to Coach Weatherspoon over the course of this season. The minute Brittany Griner checks into the game, intentional to feed the post. Austin to 3, corralled by Breanna. Courtney Williams into the ball game. Played for Lunar Owls last year. Head coach DJ Sackman calls her the microwave. Lob to BG. There's a double. They swarm in. It's a jump ball. Going the other way, Rose ball, according to the possession arrow. Every player that's checked into this ball game here in the first has been thrown into the fire. Gray, tough twister. Back comes Vinyl. Second unit on the deck. Williams, mid-range, short. Shot clock is off. Down to 5 for Gray. And a foul by Williams.
You know what? Even when shots don't count, it's good to see it go through. As a shooter, Chelsea put that up. I don't know if we caught that on our broadcast, but
given how it's gone the last couple of nights, I would agree. Again, just 37% shooting for Gray over the last 2 games. Notices the clock, pulls it again. Chelsea Gray is back. 0.9 remaining. Gray with 7 in the first. Wheeler a heave. And at the end of one, we hear coaches talk about it. We want to score 20 plus, hold the opponent under 20. It's an 8-point lead.
Yeah, Chelsea Gray tell you, baby, I never left. She is right here, hitting her spots. All 3 levels of the floor has this Rose team leading here by 8.
TNT Sports coverage of Unrivaled is presented by Miller Lite. With great taste and only 96 calories, it's Miller time. And by AT&T, connecting changes everything. 8-point lead for Rose at the end of one. A balanced attack out of the gate, Sarah Kusto.
Well, take a look at these numbers between Copper, Gray, Shakira, Austin, but it's been everyone, and it's how they've continued to balance, space the floor, and have tempo. You mentioned it. You asked Nola Henry this morning about her points of emphasis on the offensive side. She said pace, tempo, spacing, and that's exactly what she's done here early on.
Steal and a block as a club early on, shooting 56% from the floor. And one of Rose's struggles, this was not the case last year in the run to the championship. Defensively, they are not where they were at a year ago. Rose allows their opponent to shoot 40% from 3. Vinyl is 0 for 3 tonight. Williams sets up shot. Second unit for Coach Weatherspoon. Griner, 6 points, 5 boards in the first, and there's the defense on the perimeter. Gray attempts to chisel for room, bounce it, Austin, you do the rest. Austin now has 8 points. Let's take a look at second quarter action through the Samsung Galaxy Game View. It's powered by Galaxy S25 Ultra. Crisp pass to Wheeler. Off on the 3.
But just as you talk, I mean, that's an excellent closeout. Rose are coming hard at them.
Carving space, Gray missed it short, and a whistle. There was contact on the back of Gray. First trip to the line for Rose tonight. You take a look at the free throw leaderboard presented by Xfinity. Chelsea Gray was awfully close to the first $50,000 prize by Xfinity. And we're running it back. Started back on January 30th in Philly. It runs through the final day of the regular season, the final Friday of February. Have to have a minimum of 10 attempts. The best percentage wins $50,000, courtesy of Xfinity. Great hustle by Williams. Shot clock down to 5 for Wheeler. Wants to attack. Outlet, Williams, mid-range. Box out by Hull. And a shot clock violation.
We're going to keep harping on it because the Rose are moving on a string defensively. You continue to see, I mean, it started with a closeout. Lexi Hull, how she bottled things up. Chelsea Gray coming out. Everyone understands exactly what being one pass away is, what that looks like with the ball pressure, and it has been highly effective.
Coach Henry kept it simple as far as the defensive approach, the point of attack. Hull throws it away from Gray.
And really, it begins with a one-on-one defense, and that's for any team. I mean,
this league,
yeah,
right?
I was going to say, it's similar themes of every coach we talk to, every player, because it is that league. There is not help side, and you're on an island in most cases, so you got to guard your own to not put pressure on your teammates.
It's a hockey line change, starting trio in for Vinyl. Hamby once again heads to the line. Austin commits the foul. That's her second. Still no Azare Stevens for Rose, so Austin serves as the lone big. Haley Jones is available off the bench tonight, since there is no Stevens and no Shug Sutton out with an illness. So the player pool becomes available. Stevens misses her second straight game, limited minutes in the Philadelphia ball game against Lunar Owls. Gray, nowhere to go. Howard shields her. Hard screen, room to fire. Boarded by Hamby.
Doesn't go, but you said it. That's just read and react between Gray and Austin of a beautiful job opening her up.
Howard downhill, floats it, foul. Chelsea Gray picks up her second.
And I love to see that Ryan Howard attacking. And for Vinyl, they're not hitting threes. So try and get to the basket, use that size. You talked about it being without a player in Azare Stevens, and you want to do your best to use this length, use the quickness across the board. Look at the Vinyl lineup and what they can accomplish with that. All of these players can shoot threes, but they have an ability to cover ground and get to the front of the rim, and that's what you want to see when you're trying to cut a deficit.
Lexi Hull included, have a great conversation with her this morning. Her defensive prowess, of course, wants to see the shots go in. Can impact the game in other ways. Boston faces up, little wiggle. This is a preview of a one-on-one matchup against Hamby coming up on Wednesday. Burrell fakes it, spears it to Hamby, backdoor. Burrell, who often would hang out with Hamby at her home during the offseason, and it's nabbed by Austin. Engaged on both ends, works it, a gallop and a foul by Hamby.
Man,
first on De'Arica Hamby.
Shakira Austin has come out to play here today. Look at this block. This is a beautiful tracking and timing. Does a good job covering the back of Lexi Hull. And I mean, to get over the top, do it against a player like De'Arica Hamby. And as we continue to see from her, whether it's a rebound, whether it's a block, but she gets it and she can go and push. And for her size, skill set to bring all of that to the table, she just continues to flourish in front of our eyes.
Austin owns both block shots for Rose. Had 21 on February 1st against Breeze, poured in 31 in Philadelphia against Lunar Owls. Outstanding paint presence, and for the first time, Nola Henry will go small with Hull, Copper, and Gray. Austin gets a breather.
And if this is the Vinyl, this is where you start to see what you can do in playing through Hamby.
Above the arc at the current moment. Howard, leaner, foul. More free throws here in the early going. That one's on Copper, her second. Well, Vinyl has already attempted 4 free throws. 3 for 4 as a squad. It's Ryan Howard's turn.
And now Teresa Witherspoon decides to match the size in some capacity by putting Wheeler in for De'Arica Hamby.
Howard's night against Rose back on January 9th, a game in which Vinyl led by 6. It was 67-61. Rose finished the game on an 8-0 run, including back-to-back trips by Chelsea Gray with 3-pointers from the top of the key. Just unreal shot making to put a dagger in the Vinyl's hearts. Part of their 3-0 start. Tough shot. Willed her way inside to score it.
Interesting part about that, too, when we talked to Ryan Howard this morning, sometimes we'll talk to players and like, oh, that was so long ago, different scenario, different players. And Ryan's like, we remember that game. That's sitting in your mind when you're coming into that matchup. And you love that type of extra motivation.
Off 1 foot, Howard off on the 3. Also, you only play each opponent twice, and considering both clubs are 4 and 5, one of the tiebreakers is head-to-head. Copper barrels in for 2 and 1.
Strong take by Kai Copper. Good recognition here. She's got single coverage of Burrell right in the middle of the floor, but she's got her back pedaling on her heels and just comes straight through the body. This is a tough play and great body control for the and 1.
Since Collier Copper returned, Rose is just 1 and 5. Their lone win was against Phantom back on January 25th. Copper brings a winning quotient, so does Gray. Of course, Copper and Gray went head-to-head in the WNBA Finals, so they are used to winning. Copper won a title in Chicago, and Gray's resume here at Unrivaled speaks for itself. No time to panic at 4 and 5. Vinyl's won 2 in a row. Wheeler, jumper, clean. We will step aside, a 13-point lead with Rose in front. It's Unrivaled on True TV, presented by Samsung Galaxy.
11-point lead here for the Rose. A big reason Chelsea Gray, who got it out of the gates. She set the tone early with her shot making. Excellent reads, and no surprise, she was spraying it around as well. Excellent balance for this group, and a big part of it is just the organization of Gray, knowing when to push the buttons to be aggressive for her own, or when she's finding teammates, and she has been efficient here tonight, B.
All 32 points for Rose come from the starting trio, and here are Gray's up-to-date rankings in Unrivaled Season 2. Second in scoring, only trailing Marina Mabry, number 1 in assists. Vinyl getting contributions from Breanna and Wheeler off its bench. For Rose, the trio of Copper, Gray, and Austin, shooting the ball well too, 12 of 21. As a squad overall, Rose at 57%. Hull, Copper, Gray against Howard, Burrell, and Wheeler. Copper, breakdancing, work it, stop, pop, got it. Downhill, Gray and Copper, often in this first half.
And this is where it's pick your poison of what you want to do as a defense. Once again, we're seeing this matchup of Copper going right at Ray Burrell. Everyone's spread out otherwise. It gives her a clean lane to operate with, and she understands how to use her physicality and also size to be able to bump, create a little contact, get that foul, but also finish things off.
Brittany Griner on the Vinyl bench at the current moment. Ice Young joins BG.
BG, I heard in that last huddle, Teaspoon telling you guys to get to the paint and get inside. How do you do that?
Our will. Honestly, right now, it's a game of will, and right now they want it a little bit more than us. So, you know, we gotta adjust. We gotta force our will right now. Clean up our passes, get to the paint, and take what they're giving us.
And then defensively, what needs to be the difference here to finish out the half?
We just gotta turn it up. There's nothing you can say. You just gotta turn it up, all of us.
Noted. Thank you.
And I think that's been evident. It's not to say Vinyl aren't playing hard, but there's an elevated level of compete and understanding of what's at stake that it seems like the Rose came out with, and they have all set the tone. So much of it has started at the defensive end, but as Brittany Griner speaks, we know Teaspoon running the show. There's a lot of vets and those who have experience to understand how things need to switch. This is really challenging, though, as we see in these games. Despite the fact there are runs, you can't just flip a switch against very good teams at times. The last thing you want to do is dig yourself a hole right now. Vinyl need to really chip away at this before you get to that second half.
A large point of emphasis from Coach Weatherspoon today in our meetings was learning how to finish. In this case, down 16 in the first half.
Yeah, you got to put yourself in position for that to begin with.
Wheeler, tough angle, grabbed by Hamby. Backs down Gray, muscles up, and a free throw coming for De'Erica Hamby, who's 2 for 3 tonight.
And that's exactly how you've got to continue to operate, given where those lineups are at. As you now see Shakira Austin coming back in for Lexi Hall, because De'Erica Hamby with that size mismatch, regardless of who was on her.
De'Erica Hamby, 11-year veteran out of Wake Forest. A 40-point performance against Hive at the time. It was the unrivaled single-game record, and then Marina Mabry in Philadelphia happened, which was a joy. Rattles in for Copper on the other end to push the lead back up to 16. Howard chisels around Copper, and that's a hip check. So Collier Copper picks up her third. Gray also has 3. This is still the fact. Rose has all of its points from the starting lineup. Haley Jones available off the bench with no Sutton and no Stevens.
Yeah, Sarah, thought for you here. The last time that I listened to Vinyl's huddle, Teaspoon was telling her guards to really make Chelsea Gray and Collier Copper work off ball screens, maybe trying to draw more fouls, but simply getting them to play both sides of the basketball a bit tougher. What do you like out of what you're seeing from Vinyl in the last couple of minutes?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. I think they need to even improve on that more, and that's really across the board what these teams have always tried to get into bodies, like putting pressure. We hear that all the time about the physicality. That's the word that's most notably used, but that's not just in the paint. It's not just when you're posting up. That's also when you're trying to come off the ball screens, off the ball, some of those actions and sets that they're running. But it's just the constant wear down effect that you're trying to have on players. The tough part is these players are just in ultimate condition, and those like Copper and Chelsea Gray, they understand how to use angles. They understand how to set up their defender, and so much of that has been why they continue to be so successful and who they are.
It's every square inch of the 72-foot floor. Here in Unrivaled, 16-point lead. Austin takes care of business at the line. Rose 6 of 6. And Austin with another denial. Again, she will face Hamby in one-on-one Wednesday.
Get ready. And this is just a great job of her, again, being able to come over and have body control to not pick up that foul.
Block party and a foul party. First half of action. The Unrivaled halftime show presented by Ford is coming your way. We're going to dive into the nitty-gritty of one-on-one. We're going to start with Pod A, and we're going alphabetical order, so it goes A, B, C, D.
Thank you for clearing that up. Okay.
Lay it out there for everybody.
We can't wait.
We're not favoring one over the other. We're just going right in order. So look forward to that. Austin again. The feed by Gray. What a first half for this Rose starting trio. Hamby wants to play some bully ball, and Shakira Austin is so engaged. Lexi Held told us this morning, we got to defend without fouling. For the most part, Rose has lived up to that.
And they've also lived up to beautiful pick and roll plays and just the ability to be in sync between Shakira and Chelsea Gray. Those two have it open of how they're able to use that weak side and empty side of the floor.
Another jersey for Haley Jones in her closet, wearing Rose tonight. Courtney Williams hits the shot.
Do you think she gets to keep them all?
That's a great question.
I know you were
Napheesa Heineman
I know,
wore
I
three
know that
different
was a
jerseys
figurative
last
statement,
year.
but yeah.
Once a club goes below 5 players available, the coach can go to the player development pool and make an acquisition. Jones was the choice. Austin once more, up to 16 points with 7 boards and 4 blocks. They open the game 10-0 and have maintained the lead. Rebound number 8. Motors up the other end, flip it to Hull, decides to drive. Reverse layup, no good. Howard on the other way. Hezzy circles back, fires over Jones. Ryan Howard now 0 for 4 from deep. Vinyl as a squad 0 for 7. Shot and game clock identical. Haley Jones, versatile, plays some point guard, and she'll just do it herself.
A nice smooth take.
Haley Jones, the first Unrivaled player in season 2 to score for 2 clubs. Puts Rose up 18.
Rose have been locked in on both ends of the floor, and you got to appreciate their ability to execute, the tenacity they've come in, and attention to detail. Vinyl had their work cut out for them this second half.
We're diving into the one-on-one tournament when we return to Sephora Arena.
Ooh.
All part of Ford Halftime. It's Unrivaled on True TV, presented by Samsung Galaxy.
Unrivaled Halftime is presented by Ford. Ready, set. Unrivaled Halftime is presented by Ford. Ready, set, Ford. Unrivaled Halftime is presented by Ford. Ready, set, Ford.
Are y'all ready for some one-on-one basketball?
1v1 is the best of the best.
One-on-one, you can't hide.
It's you versus your opponent. To succeed in Unrivaled's 1v1, you gotta get in your bag.
You gotta be able to score.
That's strong.
You have to sit down and guard.
You gonna have to dig deep on this one.
Keep the margin of error very slim.
That's where it gets fun.
As competitors, it brings out the best in all of us.
It's solely on you.
The Unrivaled one-on-one tournament is presented by Sprite, where we will once again crown the one. We start in Pod A, top left of your bracket if you're following along at home. 1 overall seed is Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Plum is the 2 seed. Brendan Glasheen, Sarah Kustok. Okay, let's dive in. I've been looking forward to this, because I don't know what she's going to tell me. Most intriguing matchup.
They're all intriguing. Can I preface it that way? But I'm really curious about Kelsey Mitchell. We know is fit for this. There's a reason why she was a #1 seed. But Rachel Bannum, if she gets hot, we know how she can score. Okay. She's got some size defensively. I'm intrigued what happens in how that plays out. And again, Kelsey Mitchell, she is someone who this one-on-one tournament is one that I think she really could run away with. You want to know my sleeper?
Sure, please.
Veronica Burton, that's my other intriguing matchup, is the Veronica Burton-Courtney Williams matchup. But Veronica Burton, I think she's got a game that can fit to being able to score, what she can do defensively, to be able to be physical, the quickness, the size, knock down a three-point shot, work the mid-range, get to the basket. So overall, I mean, again, there's a ton of really, really intriguing matchups and what things look like as it progresses on. But this is going to be fun to see.
Yeah, we'll see Burton later tonight, #1 in the league in steals. Got to get stops.
But she's great, and that's where it's one-on-one. We see one-on-one all the time in this Unrivaled setting, but to have someone that can get stops in that type of action, do so when the full court pressure up. I mean, we understand that there's different aspects of strategies when you get into this one-on-one, but to be in the ultimate condition as well is something that's going to factor in.
All right, there's your Pod A preview. We'll dive into B and C between games later tonight. Meanwhile, at Sephora Arena right now, Collier Copper, KFC BTA. 18 points in the first half. With 16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks in the first half. That's the start Nola Henry was looking for tonight in Miami.
Talk! Hands by yourself, Kyle. Beat her! Nothing. We're shooting this way. Kyle, you're in front. Yup, switch. We shoot this way. Can we say?
Unrivaled fans, it's game night. How y'all feeling? Let's go. It's a Saturday night. I need y'all bringing energy all night long, cheering for all our teams.
Entering the game for the Rose, number 30, Haley Jones. And Howard shooting 1 for 2. Rose foul number 10, Lexi Hall, her first single. Rose foul number 2, Collier Copper, Final foul, number 44, Ryan Howard, her first team first. After last week, Darrell Austin, shooting 1 for 1. Coaches challenge. Coaches challenge.
Position, stay square, and that's where I don't know if they're going to look at it as her body was then moving into her before she got hit back, or if her position had already been established of where she was at.
Even if the foul is waved off, the bucket is good for Austin. It's a matter of whether or not it's a three-point play opportunity. Final in the first quarter was 6 of 14 from the floor. Rose opened up awfully strong. Came out of the Garden hot and opened the game 10-0, and since, Final is just 3 of 21 from the floor.
Oh my God! The defender maintains a legal guarding position. The illegal contact was created by the offensive player. Successful challenge. In the immediate aftermath of the whistle, there is no imminent possession. Therefore, it's going to be jump ball center circle between any two players in the game.
So deeming that Ryan Howard did establish position and legal guarding position. Wait, did they still count that bucket?
So the bucket comes off the board.
Where I'm a little confused is there was no imminent possession, but that's because the ball went through the hoop. So I would think that it would have been Rose ball, not based on a jump ball and change of possession, but that it would be their ball. But
all right,
needless to say, successful challenge by Breanna.
Griner turns, and this time it's an and 1 on this side. A wiggle by BG. Baits Austin into a foul.
And we know how runs work and momentum shifts, and for Vinyl, you try and hope that this is a pivot point here in the third quarter. There's still a lot of time left, 4 minutes, and while 18-point deficit doesn't look pretty, you can cover that up if you're doing things in the proper way and executing methodically, but you got to start it right now.
That was Austin's 4th foul. It's your point. When a coach decides to use that challenge, can it garner that momentum you're talking about, and how you use it to turn the tide? They throw a double, even a third body, opens up Hull, chases it down, Howard boxed her out. Touch for Griner, poked in free by Gray. Has 11 points tonight, 4 of 9 shooting, turns, and a foul by Wheeler. Free throw for Chelsea Gray, and we return to Sephora Arena in Miami. It's all Rose on True TV.
Right here? Oh, okay. 9, 8, 7. I'm saying something really important. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Test. Yeah? Okay, thanks. Thanks. Thanks.
Let's go!
TNT Sports coverage of Unrivaled is presented by Ford. Ready, set, wiggle, and Ford. Shakira Austin engaged tonight, having a massive game for Rose as we take a look at our game summary. It's presented by Miller Lite. Rose came out of the gate strong, 10-0 lead. They've shot in the high 50s all night. Starters pouring in buckets, 16 for Austin, 11 for Gray, and 22 for Coffey.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't look pretty, right? There is drastic difference in every category, whether you're looking at percentages, you're looking at three-point line in all sorts of categories. However, I think this is an important stretch for Vinyl because they have a little bit of momentum. Chelsea Gray's here at the line, but they've slowed down some of those easier opportunities at tempo and in transition for the Rose, but they got to be able to capitalize on it early, and for as much as we've talked about the Rose, Vinyl have to get it going on the defensive side to be able to push the basketball.
A collective effort, no doubt, but I'm sure it's also a pleasure to watch for Nola Henry. It does not need to be Gray scoring high 20s, low 30s, 13 tonight, 6 boards, 5 assists, 3 steals. We've yet to really see Rose put together a game in which Gray doesn't go off and they win, even going back to last year's playoff run.
But that's where we've seen the growth in others, in particular, Shakira Austin. She's been exceptional here tonight.
Austin was an attractive piece in the November draft for Nola Henry. Copper is courtside with Ice Young.
Everything working for you guys right now, but let's start with the defensive intensity that I know Nola was big on today. What's been the difference?
I think she challenges. You know, she just straight out called it out what it was. You know, we got to guard, we got to over-communicate, and I think that's what we're doing. I think it's our communication that's really the separation.
And then lastly, Shakira playing dominant. What do you love from her game?
I just love seeing her just be super confident in herself, trust the work that she put in, and then just continue to use that edge that she has and compete.
Thanks, Ka.
No problem.
It wasn't too long ago, Ice, when Copper told us that we need Shakira to be Shakira, meaning be who she is, her authentic self out on the floor. And when you watch Ka play, you watch Chelsea Gray play, they play with personality and spice, and it's awesome to watch Shakira bring that and also have the results play in her favor. 18 and a 13 tonight with the 5 blocks, all on De'Erica Hamby, who is her first-round matchup in the Sprite one-on-one tournament coming your way Wednesday.
And take a look at the right side of your screen. This is what the officials are taking a look at. Chelsea Gray coming out, and then the hand of Erica Wheeler just swiping across the face of Chelsea Gray. That may in fact be a flagrant foul. you see again, watch it from this angle. Just the pass, but then there's a swipe down. And what she's trying to do is a swim move. And so initially she's gonna come over and come through and look to potentially cut backdoor off that play off the pass. It's not like she was just intentionally swiping at Chelsea's face, but we'll see what the officials determine.
The foul does not meet the criteria for a flagrant foul. It's just an offensive foul. Play will resume on the side.
This Rose team has been dominant today, and the connectivity's there on a higher level than we've seen lately. And I think it's because of the team bonding and the extra time that they put in hanging out recently. We talked to Lexi Hull earlier, and she said, we went to an escape room together as a team. They had an hour in the room. They got out with 4 minutes and 33 seconds to spare. But they had to work with each other, figure out whose strengths and weaknesses could they help, and everyone contributed to their success. And it's just really nice to see that in this format, 8 weeks playing with the team bonding, the connectivity off the floor still matters just as much as on the floor, Sarah.
Well, everything is problem solving. You know, when you're on the court and what you're doing and however you want to navigate things, that's what it comes down to. And that's both strategically, that's personally, that's communication. And I think all of those things factor in, and you see that type of growth when you're able to do things that are a little different than just basketball.
And I love that Lexi said they feel like they turned the page after the last game, and I think this certainly shows it. It's a new page for sure.
They might want to consider going every Thursday, but this is what they get.
You gotta mix it up.
Is that too much escape room?
I don't know.
I've never been.
And neither have I.
Shows that we know.
Well, that's what I was asking about the timing. If 4 minutes plus, just under 5 minutes was good. And no one's like, we got out. That's what matters. We escaped.
Yep, coach participated. Pull-up jumper by Wheeler. Not a lot has gone Vinyl's way tonight.
Is that your invitation for all of us to go to an escape room?
Be a great idea. Hope you all can make it. Gray 6-1 to answer. I don't need an escape from you guys, though.
Oh.
Work with you plenty. You all rotate in and out.
You're like, you leave enough.
Perfect doses. I guess I'm the escape room in some regard. 2v2 on the other end. Hull and Howard late to catch up. Sling it late. Roll the film, says Chelsea Gray. Austin been a walking bucket tonight. 20 points for Shakira Austin. It's now her 4th 20-point game of the year. Fadeaway Wheeler. Board number 15 for Austin. Vinyl as a club has 17 rebounds. They're playing free right now. Hull tried to rip it. Wheeler prances over.
Once again, pick, roll, and done to perfection. And that just pass to Shakira Austin, to Chelsea Gray with the wraparound. She understands where every defender is coming from, and because she can beat her own man. And it also, like, there's small nuances, and Chelsea Gray helps teach bigs this, and I imagine she has with Shakira Austin, the timing. She's always setting up her player to be able to come off a screen, but timing of a screen is the details that matter so much and how you're able to get open.
Ryan Howard, step back triple. Vinyl 0 for 11 now from deep as Austin gallops, and some contact with Hamby in the process. There's some floor burn after the matter. It's Hamby's 3rd. Austin gathers herself, will stay in there. It's all Rose. They dropped 80 points in the season opener when they dropped the banner as 2025 inaugural champions of Unrivaled. Reigning champs, well-oiled tonight, blocked by Howard, and a stare down to Copper after the fact.
Copper might have had to put her contact back in.
You're Vinyl, you've won 2 in a row. Try to get something that can let you ride into Monday. There's a dish to Hamby, wide open on the block. Nice look by Burrell. The clubs that play tonight are back in action Monday on TNT. That wraps up week number 5. One-on-one begins on Wednesday. The Unrivaled one-on-one tournament presented by Sprite. The kick by Gray. Copper missed it short. 20 plus for Copper, 20 even for Austin. Final disjointed here. Gray will not escape. Howard freed up, in and out. Rose crossed the timeline. Foul by Hamby. Her 4th.
Hey, just some good extra effort here by Erica Hamby and Collier Copper jumping over to make sure her legs don't get taken out.
It's hard to say which club needed this one more than the other. Both clubs at 4 and 5. Rose won the head-to-head meeting in mid-January. But they've dropped 5 of 6, final with 2 wins in a row. Copper's been a big reason why tonight. Drives the lane and scores. 24 for Copper. Wheeler. And at the end of 3, Rose is rolling up by 24 points.
Ooh, and we could just keep adding to the highlight reel. Yeah, Chelsea, we see you. The lights are out.
Unrivaled on True TV, presented by Samsung Galaxy. Over to the PWC practice studio.
We got a good one.
Killa Plum, Kelsey Plum warming up. Number 6 in Unrivaled in scoring. Alicia Gray, number 5. Breanna Stewart, top 10 in scoring as well. Phantom missed. They played a doozy. First time around, running back. Next on True TV. Alicia Gray, also a broadcasting star. This in her performance last night. And we're about to start the 4th. All Rose. here at Sephora Arena tonight. No panic for the Rosebuds, it appears. As we start the fourth quarter, the winning score presented by Maker's Mark is 73 points. Vinyl tonight as a team, just 27% shooting. Rose, 58%. Copper's got 24, twist and fire. Austin bids to save it. Numbers the other way. Wheeler three-pointer, true. First three for Vinyl tonight after an 0 for 13 start. Chelsea Gray wants to go to work. Gets Burrell in the air. Big play on, 5 on the shot clock. The fourth quarter is commercial free. Brought to you by AT&T. Stick with us between games. We'll break down more of the one-on-one tournament, which starts on Wednesday. We'll break down pods B and C. Burrell fires and left it short. Burrell 0 points tonight after 40 over her last 2 games. It's been a tough sled for Vinyl.
Yeah, it has. Across the board it has, and no one's really been able to get it going. It's been on both sides of the ball, which has been the major problem.
Gray navigates in the paint, lays it in. 18 for Gray. And Wheeler a burst on the other end. Vinyl faces Phantom next while Rose takes on Mist. Those squads go head-to-head next here on True TV. A steal by Burrell. Waits for Wheeler to join her. 2-player game with Hamby instead. Wheeler bounce it. Hamby finish it.
Well, Vinyl have come out with some bump here and playing for pride, doing a good job with their tenacity.
Copper on an island. Can't finish. Hamby for 2. Timeout Rose. 64-47. A 9-2 run by Vinyl to chip into the deficit here in this winning score fourth quarter.
We'll give her one more.
We just gotta get fucking organized and
yeah.
what we wanna run.
What do we wanna run here? What's been working?
They go play fast. Let's play
So, the hawk pound for Kira? Or we like something different?
Hawk pound for Kira or
angle.
Or angle to get the switch and switch on Edo. But they gonna come with the double.
Right here. We got to get organized. They got no choice but to play fast because they're down. So just anticipate them coming to play fast. Playing super fast. Let's go what we did before. So I want Kai here. I want Chelsea here. Kira, you set this angle screen. Kai, pop out here. We open up that whole back block for Kira. Make a good decision in the pick and roll. Here it is. Yeah, just start. Just start.
Collaborative effort moments ago by the Rose staff to get reorganized. Chelsea Gray has 7 of her club's 8 assists, 2 points away from another 20-point effort. Looks to tie Paige Beckers for an 8th on the year. Burrell gets the hands in. Gray, tough fall away, rebound Hamby. Both clubs entered tonight 4 and 5, above the playoff line. Mid-range pull by Wheeler. 11-2 Vinyl here in the fourth.
They've been getting stops, and they're doing a good job, been flowing right into their offense. Finally seeing some shots go through, and organization still needed for Rose, not executing the play that Nola had thrown up out of the timeout.
Stop and start by Copper, rattles it in. 26 for Collier Copper. Her 4th 20-point game of the year. Sure, much needed for her confidence. Never mind the club's because of their lack of success in the win column when she's healthy. Curl by Hamby lays it home. Winning score, 73. Austin takes the feed. Burrell spears in. Numbers for Breanna. Burrell is on the board. First points of the night is a three-pointer. 16 for Vinyl. Can Copper answer? No.
So the sense of urgency that we saw Rose play with for the first three quarters is exactly how Vinyl came out. And still a large discrepancy in score, and Rose just 7 points away from that winning score, but Vinyl are on the move and on a run and in a great rhythm.
Hamby, two more. 18-4 in the quarter. As each bucket goes in on the Vinyl side, this feels more and more possible. Rose still needs 7 to the winning score. Gray's got 20 for an 8th time this year. Vinyl takes a timeout.
Chelsea Gray getting to her spots. Who do you go to and what do you look to calm things down, to settle it all in? And that's exactly what she did. I think Teaspoon was saying there's a little bit of a fend-off off of that possession. But nonetheless, this has been such a well-played game by the Rose, a complete balanced game. You want to see them close it out that way.
Let's go back to Hawk Ghost. Here, just Tapper, Kara, Flair, Chelsea. You can get down the lane line. You might have to go up a 2 here. Set a good one. Yep. Once you flare for Chelsea, if Kyle doesn't have it, she's going to pull it back out. Come get her screen. Wherever she's at, she'll be somewhere over here. Out of Hawk Ghost. Then just give her a bunch of angles. High, set them high.
68-56. Rose is 5 points away from ending this mini skid. Dropped 5 of 6. The 1 win sandwiched in there against Phantom. We've got 2 gold medalists, 2 champions pictured. Austin beaming tonight in terms of the role she plays in the paints. 16 boards, 20 points. Every starter for Rose has at least 20, only 2 bench points from Haley Jones late in the second. Hamby turns, drives, scores. 10-point game. The number to keep an eye on is that winning score. Gray hunting, falls away, and hits. Get to her spots again. Hamby's motor, superb in this fourth quarter. A 3 for Rose would win it. That's what Gray did against him back in January. Same spot as before. Rebound Austin. Will Gray take it? She will. See, even in a 10-point game, that is the beauty of Unrivaled. We are on the edge of our seats for a game winner.
I'm grabbing your shoulder, wondering if that's going to be it.
Get me the icy hot.
Oh, we'll get there. Don't you worry.
Can Vinyl hang tough? Wheeler for 2. 15 for Wheeler after 14 against Hive. A little flex. Has to pick up Gray. To 2 threes tonight. A wiggle and a cross. Outlet to Copper for the win. Vinyl remains alive. Poked at by Gray. Still Vinyl, ball 9 on the shot
clock. And that was a good kick out by Shakira Austin because there was a little bit of a collapse. However, just because you're down 3, we love the game-winning 3-point shots. If the 2-point is more open, if you're working the inside the way they have, every possession, you got to take the best possible look because you're right there at that winning moment, and it doesn't necessarily have to be just continuing to look from three.
If it's not there, roll it down. Go ahead. Yeah, you bring it. Kara, here. Flair, boom, Chelsea. Ty, you'll have the lane line or you'll have Chelsea for three. Right here, finish it. Defense, we need a big stop here.
Coach Henry is right. Vinyl cannot miss in the fourth quarter. 11 of 13 from the floor. De'Erica Hamby is 6 of 6 in the fourth with 12 points of her 27 tonight. Vinyl used the timeout. 9 on the shot clock. Screen by Hamby. Wheeler downhill, and it leads to a foul.
Rose volunteers to cheer off in her fourth team first coach's challenge.
The coach's challenge by Nola Henry.
Well, Austin immediately turned around, which is pretty much the normal reaction for most players about challenging it, but I think she may have a case.
Is challenging the ruling on the floor of a defensive foul.
Can't put the challenge in your pocket, gotta use it. And there's some wrist in hand, though, on the right side.
Yeah. Felt like a lot of ball. Her left forearm was a little bit on the body. I mean, a lot of it seemed like marginal contact at best.
After review, the defender makes illegal contact on the forearm of the offensive player in her upward shooting motion. The call on the floor stands. Play will resume with 1 for 2 free throws.
This was a 24-point game at the end of 3. And Vinyl has scored the most points in an unrivaled fourth quarter in the league's history.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've been excellent here. At some point, I'm sure Teaspoon's wondering where was this for the first 3 quarters of the game. However, the flow, the momentum, I mean, they just continue to chip away at this.
Yes.
And the Rows are 3 away, but they have been right there. And to your point, every time Vinyl get a stop, it feels more real.
Okay, now. Wheeler theft. Pep in her step. Drives. High off the glass, off the rim. Rebound, Austin. It's number 18 for Shakira Austin. Gray takes it to the rack. Shovels it, Austin for 2. And you wondered, would they drive the alley because Gray missed 2 threes and Copper missed 1 on a recent trip. Hamby pours in 2 more. De'Erica Hamby with 27. A basket here for Rose. Wins the game. Offensive foul on Gray, her 4th. Oh, they're going to call it on Austin. I beg your pardon.
And Erica Wheeler has been excellent defensively. She's been a menace on the ball. She's really working to get through ball screens. You see it here on this play. If there's, I'm not sure about that call.
Wheeler, the bounce and a steal.
And that's on Austin again. The trouble is the last foul wasn't a foul. And so now you're, is that 6 on her? Yeah.
Now it is for sure. So her night is done.
So watch her coming over. Oh, that one looked like a whole lot of ball. Let's see, does she get the wrist at any point? Oh, those are two really tough calls on Shakira Austin. I would argue neither of those were.
So Lexi Hall checks in. It works as a backdoor pass. Burrell's on the deck. Ball is free. Gray's got it. A bucket wins it for Rose. Double team on Gray. Crossover mid-range. Ball game. They're blossoming again. Rose wins it. 74-66. $26 for Copper, 24 for Gray, 22 for Austin.
Well, Chelsea Gray was the one that got it started, and she's the one who shut it down. She knew it was time to send this Vinyl team home. He pulls it back out, and then right here, bottoms in. Gray, special night here, thanks to the compliments of a complete team win. And despite Vinyl's really strong push there in the fourth quarter, it was all Rose here tonight. Getting back in the win column and making a statement, hopefully, about changing the trajectory of how they've been playing as of late.
Rose was outscored 28-12 in that fourth quarter, but Chelsea Gray, as she demonstrated, shakes it off. And they finish the job to get a fifth win. They're now 5-5. And Vinyl drops to 4-6. Big night for Hamby, 27. Wheeler had 17 on the Vinyl front. And again, those of you who are concerned about the reigning champions, I think this win goes a long way to bolster your confidence. I'm sure it does for the club as well. Meanwhile, despite some turbulence, Austin's been playing unreal basketball. She's with Ice Young.
Shakira, what a huge win. I mean, you guys needed to get the momentum back on your side, and this felt like a statement win. I want to start with your stats, though. 22 points, 18 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Nola Henry challenged you guys defensively. What did you show?
I mean, we had to get up and get stops every possession. That's how you win games. That's how you win championships, and we got to just get back to that. I mean, the offense, we're going to figure that out, but we got to sit down and get a stop every time.
How fun is it to play with Chelsea Gray and Collier Copper, all three of you guys in double figures, and really poured it on?
Yeah, I mean, they're just great players, coming in every day. You know, we never gave up. It was a tough stretch of losses, but, you know, we just put our head down and continue to work, continue to figure this shit out, and, I mean, that's what... I'm sorry. We're going to figure this stuff out and hopefully get another dub.
Last one for you. I know you take your matchups very personally, and today we felt that heat. What are you looking forward to most about one-on-one coming up?
I need to put it together more. I let up a little bit, got a little winded. I just got to continue to be consistent. Should have finished with like 10 blocks if I stayed locked in. So I just got to get better.
High expectations. Good win. Thank you.
Thank you.
Look, it didn't close out the way that the Rose would have wanted, but overall, what a tremendous performance. And I think for this group, there's a lot to pull from it and how they want to build, knowing the significance of what this means for their postseason hopes.
All right, Rose back to 500 at 5-5. Final drops to 4-6. Up next, we have Phantom and Mist. In the meantime, we break down the Unrivaled one-on-one tournament presented by Sprite. Rose with the dub. Austin with 22 and 18. We'll talk to you in just a few here at Sephora Arena.